power on.
Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe, Oloris, Awo, Yenipa, Ilidingbe, Iliadu, Iyadudu Temple, Egbe, Iyadudu. I hope that everybody is well. Abura Boy Boshi Shay Ile. I hope everybody's well. We're not going to greet everybody uh, right off the bat, but let's go ahead and open up. Eddie Woya, Eddie Woya, Eddie Woya.
Ayabo.
Ayabo.
Hallelujah.
Eddie Woya, Eddie Woya, Eddie Woya.
Ayabo.
Ayabo.
Ayato.
Ayato.
Hallelujah.
Ayache.
Eddie Woya, Eddie Woya, Eddie Woya.
Ayabo.
Ayabo. Ayabo. Ayato. Ayaje. Ayamu.
Ashe. So again, Eku, Oshe, Ogun, and Oshosi. Iparike.
Elarawa, 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 Arumla Korawa, Arumla Korawa, Arumla Korawa, Tubambe ni Okowusi Korawa, Tubambe ni Duamarusi Korawa, Tubambe ni Ivama Ibisi Ojulomowa, Siliaye Korawa, Eba Baba, Eba Yeye, Eba Oluwo, Eba Ojubona, Eba Egbe, Eba Egun, Eba Iami, Ashe.
Ashe wa. So Yayo.
Otura. Tanya, the feet of Tabu, the stripe of a chameleon is not big enough to be used as headgear. Had it been enough to use as headgear, I would have taken it home and adorned my head with it. These were Ifa's declarations to Awawela when going on a spiritual mission to Ijibu land. We call on the locust bean seller and pay her money. We call on Awawela with respect in Ijibu land. Oshe Awawela is a good Awo. Ashe.
Ashe wa. So Ifa Banke.
Ashe Baba. Irete Meji. May there be harmony with the husband. May there be harmony with the wife. These were Ifa's declarations to Akere, Je Egbe, the squirrel, who shall snatch away the wife of Iku, death, and use 6 kola nuts as perpetuation material. Travelers to Ipo and Ofa, come and join us in the midst of victory. Completely shall we take away the wife of, take away Iku wife.
Ashe.
Ashe wa.
So Ifa Tusa.
Wonrin Sa. The host needs to wash his hands first before the guests wash their own hands. Ifa's message for Ogo when going on Ifa mission to Isayin land. He was advised to offer a bow. He complied. Ogo is not an indigenous to Isayin land. It was business that brought him there. Ashewa.
So um etiquette, pretense, respect. Right? Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes they don't know. So it's a couple of things that's happening in this ODE file, right? There's someone going somewhere, right, on an EFI mission. If I ask us when we move from one place to another to behave in a certain way. When we go to Rome, even though it's not Rome, but we know what the expression says we must do as the Romans, right? We must not be too forward in a place, in someone else's place, right? That there's roles right? The host or roles that the hosts are supposed to be in. There's things that they're supposed to provide, right? We can see it, right? When we went to Chicago and was with Iolode, we're preparing to go to Houston with Ia Oshun Bumi, and so there's a particular way we need to behave as guests. There's particular responsibilities and respect that is afforded them because the host. If I ask us to be mindful when we move from one place to another, right? Because how we behave, right? Again, right, with Otura, how we behave will affect the outcome, whether we have success or not, right? If everything is orderly, structured, and organized. So, pretty straightforward. Ojibona, you ready? Or I don't know if you have started yet.
Going to the second Obi now.
Ashe, anybody have any questions on that verse? Can you say the verse again, Ifatusin?
Ashe, Baba. 2 seconds. Osa Warren. I'm sorry, Warren Sa.
Benny.
The host needs to wash his hands first before the guest washes his own hands. Ifa's message for Ogo. When going on Ifa mission to Isayin land, he was advised to offer Rebo. He complied. Ogo is not an indigene to Isayin land. It was business that brought him there. Ashe.
Right, there's a blessing. Essing, Essaying, land, blessing. It's the egg gives away the blessing. What Orisha do you think it is, Ifatusin?
You said egg.
Benny.
Egg bay.
No.
Aj.
No.
Iami.
No. What's the father of the Orisha?
Oh, Obatala. Orisanla.
Benny.
Okay.
I'm ready when
Okay, I
you
can
are,
see
Luo.
that.
I'm sorry, Baba, what'd you say?
I said I'm ready whenever you are, Luo.
Benny. Proceed, Baba.
Oboroboye Bushishe to everyone. So the first O became Ejife, Iriaiku. The offerings were Obi, Omi, Tutu, Ot, and the Obi was split with Eshu. The second Obi was also Ejife, Iriaiku. The offering was Obi, and it was also split with Eshu.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Decisions. Who decides, right, what they do for long life? Anybody can answer. It's not a rhetorical question. Who decides?
We do, ultimately.
Ashe. People feel like they don't have a choice. It's a common saying, right? I was forced or, compelled or manipulated, right? It's lack of accountability. Even if, the deck is stacked to a degree, we still have decisions. We still have options, So Otura or Wonrin, Otura on the right and a woman on the left, right, tells us again, what energy we should be in. If I ask us to be lazy, if I says that there's people that will call you lazy, not knowing that you're manifesting, you calling in blessing. So like, there's different types of work we can do. There's physical labor, got those things, those blue collar jobs where, trades and skills and things like that are required to do. Then we have these white collar jobs that is less strenuous, things like that. We got tech stuff. There's different types of ways to utilize one's energy or resource in order to receive something in return. Remember, right? Something must be done in order to receive something. Right? So we can see that's being done in Wonrin eligible. We remember about was it Aji Mubarak, the wife of Atta Majubara, the wife of the blacksmith. Who's the blacksmith? Ogun, right? When we look at the blacksmith and we understand the blacksmith and what he does, he takes these things, he heats them up, he bends them, he folds them, he purifies them, shapes things into something useful. Well, and a Wonrin eligible, a Wonrin Betula, the blacksmith made the tools and the wife sold them in the market, right? Two types of energy, right? One is that expansive energy of the blacksmith that fashions or sharpens a tool, hones the point, pounds it, bends it, folds it, cools it, heats it up again. There's this process, right? Understanding processes is one of the things we need to do when we look at Ogun. So in the bigger scheme of things, in Owarin eligible Owarin Betula, it is the making of the expansive energy that makes the tool. And once the tool is fashioned, it's ready to be sold. So the energy from one thing, right? The fire, the steel or the metal, the experience, the force even used to bend and shape it will return in another form. These things that we do to make one's life easier. Otura Owarin tells us about the very thing, the return. Ifani, Owarin, Otura Wonrin.
Otura Wonrin.
Otura Wonrin.
400 buffalo, 800 horns.
400
buffalo, 800 horns.
100 buffalo, 800 horns.
20 Fulani men, 40 sandals.
20 Fulani.
20 Fulani men.
40 sandals.
40 sandals.
400 Tapa men, 800 Baramu tribal marks.
400 Tapa man. 800
Baramu tribal marks.
Baramu tribal marks.
Ifa's message.
Ifa's message.
For my father.
For my father.
For my father.
The Ojon Leke.
The Ojo
Leke.
Offspring of the heavy downfall.
Offspring
of the heavy downfall.
That took over Edo land.
That took over
Edo land.
When all Ire.
When all Ire
were going onto the road,
was going
We're
on
going
to
on to the road,
and no one
and no one
and no one
entered the house.
entered
entered
the
the
house.
house.
He was advised to offer a bow.
He was advised
He
to
was advised to
offer.
offer Red Bull.
He complied.
He
He
complied.
complied.
Ephi declares
Ephi declares
that away with the okra in the farm,
that away with
that away with the okra and the farm,
and to hell
and to
and to
hell
hell
To hell
with the garden egg fruit.
with the
with the
garden
garden
egg
egg fruit.
It is inside the house that I sat,
that is
It is
inside
inside the house that I sat,
and all Ere
and all
and
erect
all Ray
came looking for me,
came
came
looking
looking for me,
like the flood
like the
Like the
flood,
blood
will all Ere of life flow towards me.
will
will
all
all
of
Ray
Ray
of
of life
life
flow
flow
towards
towards me.
Ashe!
Ashe.
Shewa.
Oh, so again, right? We look at what we must do in order to bring in a blessing. So what's funny is today at the market I was showing Ifeanyi Sola and Ifeafemi the garden eggs. And it was like, Baba, what you showing us that for? It's because of the Odu. They're these little, things about the size of an egg. It's more round, but it's eggplant or that type of thing, but they're green. It can be green and white. This is a thing of Oya, right? So also the okra is something from Shango. It is the contention and strife that we must avoid in order to bring in all Iran life. Where would this contention and strife be? We know that Ifa is speaking about the house and how all the E-ray of life will begin to flow into one's house, but they need to stay away from certain things. Contention and strife. Being in a rush. These things can cause us to not see things clearly. It's if I ask us to kind of like be in repose, is that a good word? To us to be rested and relaxed and be in a state of receiving. The Odu Ifa tells us is again, right? We've seen this with what Odu does this remind anyone of? The 400 buffalo, 800 horns, 20 Fulani men, 40 sandals.
Obehume.
Close. I don't think it's that one. I know what you meant to say. And maybe, I understand why you said Obehunle. I do. I understand why you said Obehunle because the house and those things that belong to the house will not be lost. That's Obehunle. You correct. What temple does Ojibona hold a title? Ah, Idin Leke, Idin Ashokbo. The Odu that we see this in is Idin Ashokbo. The thing that we're doing, the place that we're already at is where the blessing is. The 400 buffalo, right? Each buffalo has what? How many horns does a buffalo have? Typically, two.
Dos.
The horns are already with the buffalo. Do we understand? The sandals are already with the Fulani. The facial marks or the tribal marks are already with the Tapamen. This Ifa says we don't have to look too far from where we're at in order to find Ire. The advice would be to not look too far from where you're at. That the blessing of wealth and progress are already where you're at. So, in a way of being lazy, with this Odu, it is pondering, right? Scheming, thinking of a master plan in order to gain wealth, abundance, progress, whatever it is, right? It could be the community that you're in that you will find the next thing that you do. It is the house that you live in that you make an addition to. It is the relationship that you are in that will bring you other blessings. It's a smooth way of asking us to chill, the blessings on the way. It says it in the verse, it is inside my house that I sat, and all E-Ray came looking for me. Some people will call you lazy or look at what you're doing as lazy, effortless, if you will, because you're able to attract. Let me see by a show of hands, right? If anybody has ever felt like it was hard to sit still, that they needed to be doing something. Mm-hmm. Me too. There's something I got to be doing. There's something I should be doing. There's somewhere I should be going, right? There's something I should be constructing, right? There's something I should be learning. Yes, right? We all have those things, those moments. If I ask us during this cycle, whenever this Odu is revealed, that we've already done the thing. We've already, like in a Wonrin Betula, we've already made the tool. We've already shipped it out. We've already sent it to the market. We've already done these things. And so now it's a time to be patient as those different blessings start to roll in. Sometimes it's hard to do. The Odu gives us some insight, right? Because it says he was advised to offer above. He complied. There had to be some point in time when you, me, she, he was in a state of expansion. We can put things out there on social media. We can make these plans about doing this thing or that thing. And there's concerns maybe about how it's going to be if I ask us to relax, if I ask everyone to relax, to shift your perspective, to shift your energy from masculine to feminine, even if you're a man. The Odu says it. It's some very masculine things going on, right? In the first 4 lines, really the first 5 lines. 400 buffalo, 800 horns, masculine, force, power, right? We understand these things about the different Iami and the different IJ energies and what these energies may signify. But the buffalo is significant on several different levels. We know that's associated with Oya. We know that's associated with force. Right? Even in astrology, right? Those horned animals, what's the buffalo? Or what would be something likened to the buffalo? The bull, Taurus energy. It helps us to look at and understand, the energy that's being discussed. Again, 20 Fulani men, 40 sandals. Progress, forward movement, 400 type of man, 800 Baramu travel parts. Recognition. We have progress, recognition, right? Things moving in a forceful way, right? An unstoppable way. This was Ifa's message to the father of Ojo and Leke, right? It's about being triumphant. Leke means triumphant. Ojo is what? Day. It's the day of victory, the day we triumph, the time, right? It's saying we're already in the process of that. So the ways that we will receive, right, with Ebo, right, the ways that we will be able to receive these blessings or acknowledge these blessings or see these things, right, is in this way: recognition, progress, force. We've already applied those things. So now, right, the return on those things is all erased. Like we all want recognition at some form, right? We want our spouses to recognize certain things about us. We want our children to recognize certain things about us. We want our community to recognize certain things about us. We want our jobs, right? Whoever we work for, or, who's ever of us, we want those things. Our life is built upon it. There's a certain level of recognition when you leave home and go to work, right? You have to recognize where you work. There's a need for those things to manifest, right? You go out to work. You go out to perform your task or do whatever, and you return home. Do you return home without your money? No, but it's typically at home where you receive it. That's the term that we use, right? Money into the house. What's bringing money into the house? What are we doing to build a house? If I says that we're in the midst of that, whether it's our spiritual house or our physical house or our body, those things that we do shall be recognized. Those things that we do, right, to help us to progress and move forward. That's what the feet are for, right? Some of us have to protect our feet, protect our destiny. How we walk on the path. But we must avoid contention. We must avoid doubt and these types of things that can develop within ourselves or about the thing that we're doing. This is where the fight comes from first, right? It's inside of us. We're at odds about the thing. We're at odds about what we should do. We're at odds about where we should go. We're at odds about who we should be doing it with. And when we do that, right, it causes the delay. So it may not be some external force that causes the challenge. It wasn't an external force that caused the making or fashioning of the tool. Again, right, we must have progress in a certain direction with a certain level of drive and determination. We must invoke those two legs of arete, right? The masculine and feminine. Ifabanke said it when she said arete meji, may there be harmony with the husband, may there be harmony with the wife. May we be at peace and harmony with the decisions that we make and the focus, the direction that we're going. The triumph or the victory sometimes is over ourselves. We've already done a certain degree of work. Continue to move forward. This is how we bring the blessing. Ashe. Questions? Anyone? Oshun Bumi? Boroboye, any questions?
No questions, Baba. Apushishe.
Devon, Aburboy Bushishe, any questions?
No question, Baba.
Ifabanke,
No questions, Baba.
Ifakan Sola.
Ifa is fire. No questions.
Ifalowo, Aburboy Bushishe, any questions?
Sure, Baba. No questions. Well, it wasn't about this, but you had posted something about offering a bow on the group. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, that was for this.
Oh, okay.
It was just the offers that we needed to do for O'Shea E5 for this Odu E5.
Shit.
If I sold you a boy Bushishe. Question?
Oh, but I'm so sure what form, Baba. No questions.
Ifarike,
No questions, Baba.
Baba Ifasayo. Any questions?
No question, Baba.
Ifatusin. Any questions?
Not in this class. No, Baba.
Ashe Ifatunde.
No questions, Baba.
Ashe Iayo.
No questions, Baba, but E5 is definitely on point.
Ashe, I want to make a little joke. Probably.
Go ahead.
So listen. So like Method Man, it's old school, but Method Man, I came to bring the pain.
Yes.
I came to bring the joy hardcore to your brain. I know it's a dad joke.
It's okay.
I just heard that in my head, like
You channeled it.
yeah, yeah. So
I must need to listen to it.
man,
I got you.
Ashe.
Say wow.
Ashe. Yeah, Grace.
No questions, Baba.
Ashe. Baba Keyshawn Bay.
There were no questions, just understanding.
Ashe.